Chubstep.
Jrad.
Creating the oil of judgment.
Steed. Chubstep.
Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the king of the jungle.
Hello, hi, Bubble Freak.
Why, hello! Notice me, Senpai! Notice me!
I like your nurse's uniform, guy.
These are OR scrubs.
Oh, are they?
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
And the show started.
Hello and welcome back. We meet with the Chubs at half mast today.
Oh, half
Morning.
mast, because yeah.
We're at half Chub and morning of the Bills getting cheated out of the Super Bowl.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I know. We had Chubstep Nick Russo on a couple of weeks ago, and his prediction for the Super Bowl ended up not super accurate.
Nope.
No. No, I did lose at least $5.
Yeah, I mean, he would have had half
Yeah.
of it right. He would have had half of it right if, dirty Roger Goodell didn't want Taylor Swift to be on TV in the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm saying that I said a lot of things. You saw the text I sent in WhatsApp.
Yeah, Steed in a group text sent all caps.
You saw my true feelings.
Yes, all caps. Very strongly worded message.
Yeah, I could probably go down for that. If that ever leaked, the government would be on me.
Yeah. Well, Steed, very upsetting game. Yeah, Bills lost. Chiefs are going to Super Bowl again for their time. Okay, to cheer you up, I found
Okay,
some
this is
things.
good. I need some cheer up.
Okay, in the last 100 years, here's just some things that were more disappointing. That people had more hopes for that ended up being more disappointing than your Bills loss.
I don't
Okay.
think any of these are going to even come close.
Okay. People had a lot of hype around these things. There was a lot of, things like that end up being kind of a disaster. One is,
Okay.
let's start in 1937. Again, this is in the last 100 years. Hindenburg disaster.
Okay, yeah, that was pretty upsetting. Yeah,
So
people had high hopes.
So people had high hopes for balloon air travel. So it was very popular in the 30s, and actually before that too. People had these giant blimps, and they would use it to travel. They would take a while to get places, but you're basically flying, and they could put a lot of stuff. Like they're actually pretty big because you could fit a lot of things underneath the blimps. They were even used
Oh
in
yeah,
kind of war
right.
before
I mean,
that.
they keep talking about bringing them back. Actually,
Well, now the
the
blimps are only
Hindenburg, well,
basically
like not
used.
Hindenburg, but
Yeah, yeah, blimp travel.
mhm.
So the blimp now they're only basically used for like you'll see the Goodyear blimp over a football game or something. That's basically the only time you see blimps now.
Yeah, that's the only
Um,
blimp I know. But companies will bring it back eventually. There's a market for it.
so what happened here is for those that maybe do a separate Chubb history on this at some point or something. But for those that don't know, you can actually find the footage of this online in 1937. And the Hindenburg caught fire. They don't know exactly how it happened. They think it was some electromagnetic, something caused some spark caused a fire, and it was filled with hydrogen, which is a flammable gas. The whole thing catches on fire in like less than a minute. This whole thing burns. Um,
Yeah.
Shockingly, not everybody died, but I believe it was in Boston, and it's landed in New Jersey. And a bunch of people actually survived, but 35 people died. Now
That
there
was I
were
had no idea that was in America.
Oh yeah, it's in America. Well, it's
It was
confusing
called
because
the
it's a
Hindenburg.
Hindenburg.
I always thought it was
Yeah,
German,
German.
and
Yeah,
I
that makes
always
sense.
laughed at it. And now I'm like sad
Yes.
that great Americans had to go down in the Hindenburg.
Yeah. And now there was other balloon disasters actually worse before this, but because like they had more deaths and things like that, but because this was televised, like before, because it had footage and it was like by such a big
Yeah,
crowd and stuff like that, this is literally like killed blimp air travel. Like basically killed the industry.
yeah,
So people were excited about that. That was a big
been
disappointment, Steve.
huge.
Yeah.
Damn.
Here's another one from late 1999 to early 2000 Y2K. A
Okay.
lot
I
of hype
mean,
around
really, that
Y2K.
turned out as that was like something you think is going to be bad, but then it actually turns out good.
Well, I
Ex-
guess okay, here's who was a disappointment from all of the doomsday preppers. I had a
yeah, the
neighbor.
preppers.
I had a neighbor who I remember going to his basement when I was like 8 years old, and he just had water, like so much water and canned stuff. They just had their whole basement like packed with this.
Yeah, insane. Water,
For
like
the
water is easy to get. Go to a stream. The streams aren't going to stop if the computers stop. You're going to be okay
exactly.
there.
Exactly. So Y2K, people thought the computers weren't going to be able to handle going from 1999 to 2000. They thought everything was going to crash. Turns out none of that happened. Uh, okay.
Yeah.
2007, Steed, Windows Vista. People were excited for Windows Vista. One of the biggest debacles
Oh my God,
Microsoft
what a
ever had.
letdown. Hmm. They'd be bigger
Known as
than
one of
anyone right now.
it was one of the biggest missteps in tech history. It was basically just a really shitty operating system. People started
Yeah,
going back to the
horrific.
previous one, which I think was XP. Um,
Hmm.
but people were hyped. Microsoft hyping it up. Check out Vista. Big letdown.
Yep.
Um, this is one similar to
Sad.
Y2K, similar to Y2K. The Mayan apocalypse prediction, 2012.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
They made a movie about it. People are
Hmm.
pumped. Hey, Mayans got this right. Turns out the Mayans don't know shit.
Yeah, I dated somebody that was so scared of that they had to leave school. They stayed home the day of that because they thought the world was going to end.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't want to be in class when that's happening, right? Okay,
Yeah, and
here's the
it
last
was
one.
it was my sister that told her about it
Oh no.
back in
Oh
the
no.
day. Told her about it. She got so scared she had to stay home.
Oh God.
I'll let you guess who it was.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. All right, here we go. This is the last one. See, a lot of hype around this. People are very excited. Big letdown. The ultimate hype fest, Fire
Okay.
Festival,
Okay, I'm
2017.
okay. I got one after this, but that yeah. I mean, you got a really good story because that's all those influencers that were going to that thing wanted.
Yes.
So I think they made out better because they got to be part of like, oh, I was at the Fire Festival. Here's my TikTok. Go on my TikTok,
Yeah,
Instagram.
yeah. But then there was also plenty of people that just paid a bunch of money and lost it all, and got
Yeah.
actually a really scary, shitty experience. Everybody knows the Fire Festival is. I'm not going to explain what that is.
Hmm.
But so that was a lot of hype around that. Very disappointing finish. I think those are situations that would have been worse than what happened. At least the Bills made it that far, Steve. I guess that's where I was going with
Okay. First off, none of those even come close. Um, but the one I can't believe you didn't think of was the Titanic.
I did last 100 years. Titanic was over 100 years ago.
It was?
Yes, it was. I think it's like
When was Titanic?
1912. Sorry, April 15th, 1912. Okay,
Okay,
so
well,
not
suck it,
last hundred
Titanic
years.
people, because I would have rather go on the Titanic than have the Bills lose. Okay. If you had any of these things, yeah, I'm on the Hindenburg, but there's a chance I'm walking away, which you just said.
Yep, that's true. Yep.
You know, the Bills didn't have a chance because they got screwed by the refs. The refs were out to get them.
Yep.
And for that, me and many others, we are calling on a boycott of the Super Bowl.
Wow.
So
Yeah, powerful.
gather your people, Super Bowl party comes on, cut the power at your local Super Bowl party.
Can you just turn
If
off
you're
the
hosting
TV?
it, you need to do more than that.
Okay.
You need to cut the cord to the TV, smash the TV. I know punching TVs is particularly effective. I've done it on accident VR, not in like a white trash rage. I was playing a VR headset, rich guy move. Okay.
Yes,
That's how a
yes, you
rich
did a
guy
rich
breaks
guy.
their
Yeah,
TV.
that's right. That's right. Yes, that's right.
So, you could bring a VR headset to your party. Um, if you go outside, those cables that you see, like there's wooden poles that carry cables along your street. Those aren't just for decoration by the city. Those carry electricity. So, if you can get some type of like long pole saw and start sawing those,
Okay.
that'd be great because you'd shut down a lot of Super Bowl houses. So just do whatever you can, start a grassroots movement. Just make sure
Mhm.
whatever party you're at, that Super Bowl is not on TV.
Could they rewatch like a Bills game instead? Would that be helpful?
Yeah, either that or you illegally stream the Super Bowl. That's okay too.
Okay, as long as they don't get viewership.
Exactly. If you're
If you're watching
illegally
like a
streaming
crack
it,
streams or something, yeah.
what crack streams is, I don't know why, I don't ever use crack streams. I've never used it,
Never
but
dabbled.
yeah, they stopped streaming for a while. They might come back. So
Okay,
you got to find
that's a
another one.
bummer.
Yeah, it is a
That's a
big
bummer.
bummer because I heard, I don't use it, that they're the best one out there.
Just from people talking, just the community, the streaming community, illegal streaming community.
Yeah. So the other websites, you get a lot more jerkmate ads. And if you if you've ever used one of these, you know what I'm talking about. And you're just like, please God, I just want to watch a football match.
Oh my
My
God, the
family's
amount of
here. They're
it's interesting that they, well, the ads they pick for this, it's so crazy. It's because they know females are not uh
yeah,
illegally streaming sports games. I mean,
I know, but like you're going
typically.
to illegally stream a football game, and then they're like, "Hey, do you want to jerk off with me?" And I'm
Yeah.
like, "No, I'm trying to watch a football game right now. You think I'm just gonna drop what I'm doing, and be like, oh, good idea."
If you're going through the effort of finding, you have to go through like 50 buttons you have to press because you have to X out all these things. Not that I would know this, just from
Hmm.
what I heard.
Yeah, that's
To
what I've
get
heard too.
to get through to the game, like you're already putting in all that effort. You think you're just gonna leave to go see
Yeah.
some? Yeah,
Oh,
I
I
don't know.
forgot. I'm super horny right now.
Yeah, yeah.
Darn it.
But I didn't
Thanks for
realize it till I
reminding
saw
me.
20 ads on for Jerkmate. Yeah, I get it, Steed. I'm sorry to hear for those that use illegal streams that that's happening.
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad. But
Yeah,
we'll get through. Nothing to watch. Nothing to watch for a year or whatever.
yeah,
Till the Bills are
yeah.
back on. Because that's
That's
all
true.
America watches.
Yeah. I did see one thing, Steed, recently, that I was actually this is just for anybody that I've seen a lot of plays, Steed. I've seen a lot of plays
Hmm.
in my day,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
musicals, plays. I saw one I really liked. I don't really have a good story for this other than just I recommend it to anybody that if you're able to see this. I
You're
saw
just
the
coming out here recommending a play.
Harry Potter and the Cursed Child.
Oh yeah, I've heard great things about that play.
Uh,
Well, the Harry
it,
Potter podcast I listened to, they had great
it
reviews.
was like watching a magic show. I've
Really?
never seen anything like this. It's literally like people just disappeared and appeared. Things it looked like things were shaking and like there's so much stuff I had no explanation how they do it. I'm a big magic guy, Cooge magic guy. Number
Wow.
one,
Hmm.
we're Cooge Magic's our official magician of the podcast.
Yep.
It was literally like he was on stage as an actor. I don't know what his acting ability is, but it was like he was playing multiple of the characters in the
Wow.
thing. So recommend it for anybody that's going out there. You know,
That's great. I
that's
don't
my
think
play
they have the
review.
theater out here on the West Coast. It's a land of animals. Um,
You know, think Portland has a theater?
I doubt it. I doubt it.
Yeah,
Actually, I don't
they're not
know.
very artsy in Portland.
No, they're not. Well, yeah, they're artsy, but they're like, we're gonna throw blood on this chicken carcass, and then somebody's gonna
Yeah,
lick
they
it.
would say Harry Potter's too demonic or something.
Yeah, or not demonic. And I don't
Not
know. I don't
demonic
know
enough.
their
Yeah, yeah,
vibes.
yeah,
I gotta go
yeah,
undercover in the streets of Portland, like dress up like a local, really get to the bottom of what's going on out here.
yeah, yeah. I agree. Feel it out.
Um,
Feel it out.
yeah, I did go camping this weekend.
Nice.
But it was my
Yeah.
first weekend here. First off, I moved to Portland and they're in the longest rain-free streak in winter history, the second I moved here.
Wow.
So you're welcome to the people of the Northwest. That was
How
all
many
on me.
days is that?
15.
Wow. Okay.
Hmm. And I think it's gonna be like 20 by the end of it. Because it's gonna rain soon for like 2 weeks, but Uh, I've been enjoying it every time. But we went
Yeah.
camping. Me, and friends of the show, T-Bucks and Big Money Banks, go on a little hike, find some trees. We're looking at these trees, and I see a little piece of wood. And I'm like,
Mhm.
hey, this piece of wood, it looks like a piece of firewood. So I kicked it, geocache behind it. There was a container.
Whoa.
Somebody left a geocache. And
Wow. Geocache.
yeah, I found a geocache without even geocaching. I didn't
That's
need an app
crazy.
like some people do to find this thing.
You're raw dog in geocache.
I raw dogged the geocache.
Yeah.
So as people who are not in the geocache community, we're like, oh, what's going on in here? There's like a bunch of little shit that people leave. I guess they like leave stuff. They sign a logbook, then leave something and take something out of this bin. It was like in a little bin.
So yeah, well, just give a little more explanation. There's basically an app or a website where you put like a rough location where something is, and you can kind of go throughout the country and probably over the world and find these locations
Yeah,
where something, yeah, somebody put exactly. There's a log, you kind of put your name or whatever, and yeah, you take something, leave something. It's different stuff, kind of each one, but they're
yeah.
hidden places, and you have to kind of do a little investigating. So Steve
It's like a
randomly
little
found one.
scavenger
It's
hunt.
a little scavenger hunt. It's like scavenger hunt stuff, yeah.
Hmm.
And so you randomly find one, and you wanted to
I
poop in it,
wanted
but
it,
you
I
didn't.
wanted to poop in it. Yeah, I didn't. Um, I don't know what came over me. I was like, I'm better than these people.
Yeah,
Somebody signed it, their name was like Moon Willow, and then somebody else signed it like Grasshopper. And I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna
you didn't
poop in
put
this.
Steed. Listen to
No,
Chubstep podcast.
I wrote
Come on, you didn't do a Chubstep podcast promo.
okay, so that's what I'll do next time.
Okay,
But then they might listen to this. Um,
except for episode 498 or
yeah,
whatever.
don't listen to this. So I wrote an obscene name. Um, it had some bad words in it. I can't remember what it was because I was drinking beers on the hike. Obviously, I'm not a nerd.
Yeah,
And then I wrote, "You're welcome for not pooping in it"
yeah,
on the thing,
that's good. Yeah,
and then I put it back. And then T-Bucks and Big Money Banks made a giant arrow out of sticks pointing directly to the geocache,
make it very obvious. I like it.
just to ruin the fun for anybody that's looking for
Yeah,
it.
yeah, that's a good way to do it.
Yeah. So geocaching. And maybe, you know what? There's gonna be a geocacher that listens to this and they're mad at me, but I don't get it. I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe it's fun. When I go hike, I'm like, I'm gonna go either up to the top of
yeah.
something or down to the bottom of something. I'm not here wandering around a tree or a bush looking for a tube of pretzels that somebody
Yeah. That's how you get
shoved.
diseases.
Yeah, it is how you get diseases. And I don't know what other people did to that thing. Like somebody could have pooped in that thing.
Yeah. Good point. Very good point.
There's not a lot of bathrooms in the woods.
There's not. That's my biggest issue with the woods. Lack of bathrooms.
Yeah, so
So, Steed, real quick, as we're halfway through this episode, we are coming up on Chub 500, which is pretty crazy. I want to
oh
do
my God.
Chub 500 as I don't have a good name for it, but I want to do it something as a very listener focused. And so I would like to get an ideal scenario. I would like a lot of people to email us, people to record things and send it in. Maybe tell us your best Chubstep moments, your least favorite Chubstep moments,
Oh
things like
wow.
that. Uh, roast Steed.
What?
Don't even talk about me.
No. Jay, I can't handle criticism.
I know you're right, actually. Okay, roast me. Forget Steed. He's too
Hey,
sensitive.
yeah.
Uh, okay.
I haven't even
But you think anyway, just something related to show. We'd like some more, lister content for Chub 500. So if people want to start sending that in, it's only a couple weeks away. That'd be great if we can kind of put something together, go through it, and use that as part of the show. So um,
Mhm.
that's what I was kind of thinking. It's Chub 500. It's coming up. A lot of
Yeah, that
episodes.
would be fun. I'm still saying we should rebrand.
Yeah,
Um,
is what.
Well, we rebrand and then we go back to episode one.
And then
We don't
501 in
rebrand anything. We
parentheses.
just go back to, yeah, or something like that. Because then people will think, oh, wow, a new show. Let me check it out.
So what if it was just season 2, episode 1? And
Okay, I
each
like
season's
that. I
500
like that a
episodes.
lot. Yeah, I like that a lot.
Each season's 500 episodes.
I think that would be good. That would be really good for the brand.
Okay.
Because then
Okay, I'm
people
all for
say,
it.
if people see episode 400, they're like, I can't start. 400, that's too
Yeah.
many. I
Yeah.
can't go back. It's
Yeah.
gonna scare listeners. So we say
Yeah.
episode one and then small season two.
Yes. Yes. It'll be like the old shows where they had, or I guess now it's like Blacklist, I think is like this. But these old shows had like a million episodes, but like few seasons and a bunch of episodes. Now shows do like, they'll do 8 episode seasons, sometimes 6 episode
Yeah,
seasons sometimes.
that's
Um,
weak.
yeah, so like here's an example. The Munsters. You've heard of the Munsters, right?
I've never heard of the Munsters. Like
It's
Munster cheese. Yeah, I'm in.
so it's like Eddie Munster. I'll show you a picture of these people. You're gonna know right away who these are.
Okay.
This is an old show. This is relevant for what I'm talking about. You see this here? You've seen these people?
And whoops, I just clicked something wrong. Oh wait, there it is. That's the Adams family.
Okay. Well, the Addams Family is very similar to what I'm talking about here. They're basically the same thing. The point is, Steve, this show, a lot of people heard this show only on for 2 seasons, right? But like for
Mhm.
season 1, 38 episodes, season 2, 32 episodes, right? That's
Oh
kind of
my
how
God.
Chubstep, but that's how shows used to be. These shows,
Yeah.
like people are familiar with, they were on a long time. It was just because they were doing a million episodes per season, but it was only a couple seasons. Now you're getting 8 episodes, and then you don't see anything for 2 years.
Hmm.
Okay. So there you go. Chubb season 2 will be coming out. Will be coming out soon. I like that idea. We'll do that.
Sarate.
One last thing, Steed, with football. I don't know if you've seen.
Yeah.
So I'm a big Jags fan. I don't know if you've
Yeah, I
seen
know.
this thing that's going around with the Jacksonville coach. The way he said Duval.
Oh no. Was it
I'm
good
gonna
or
play this
bad?
for you. I'm gonna play this for you.
Duval.
Ugh.
Here's how he looks. I'm gonna play it. It's hard to see on this thing. It never works. The thing never works. This is kind of weird way of saying it.
Duval.
Ugh.
He's kind of going like Duval, like this, kind of
What
moving
is he,
his
a
head
snake
back and forth.
charmer?
It's kind of like that. So here's the deal. I just want a quick thing about Duval is Duval County. That's where Jacksonville Jaguars play.
Hmm.
It's my favorite chant in football.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
good.
it's fantastic. People love it. But that guy, he's making a mockery of it. Liam Cohen. I think he's actually good. I don't know if he's going to be a good head coach, but he was a good offensive coordinator for the
Obviously
Bucs.
not. Obviously not.
But that is not a good start. You got to say with a little more oomph. You got to say, I hope he kind of redeems himself from that. But anyway, big
Yeah,
Jags
I mean,
guy.
the first thing
I mean,
he does wrong, first game they lose, the fans are going to turn on him. He's done.
yeah, this hat that I'm wearing is a Jacksonville Jaguar. I got it at the Jacksonville Jaguars
Yeah,
game.
it's a little Jaguar.
It's a Jaguar hat. So I'm wearing this at Chubstep. There's a big Duval guy. Anyway, saw that. I was like, that's, it needs to be brought up just to say that. Another thing, my mom has told me she's Venmo poor. This is just a quick note.
Oh,
I'm going through a couple little side notes here. She used to have a couple $1,000s in her Venmo. My dad gave her a hard
jeez.
time about that. She is now doesn't have, so she was Venmo rich. She's now Venmo poor. She doesn't have that much money in her Venmo. So we've
Okay.
already given out Steed's Venmo in here before, Paul-T-1. If you
Yeah,
could send some money to Steed, he will send some money to my mom.
I
We're
will. I'll
not sure what that
distribute it as
conversion
I
will.
feel
Exactly. So if we
is
could,
right. Um, so
if we could do that.
so your mom had basically a get away from my husband fund, and then your dad shut it down. That's all I heard from
You know what?
that.
I didn't think about it like that, but yeah, you're probably right about that. She's like, this is my escape. He's never gonna find it here. Turns
Yep.
out he found it.
Yep. She started bragging.
And yep, she got to. Yeah, yeah.
Where were you born?
What are you miming there, sir?
A child tying his tie. I'm trying to do a simple half Windsor so she knows I'm a baby. Look at this. See how basic this knot is?
Okay, this is great bing bong. You know who's getting divorced?
Bing bong.
According to rumors. Obama. The Obamas.
Really?
Uh-huh. You know, Meghan McCain, John McCain's daughter, person on The View, said, you know, the Obamas are basically separated at this point, and a divorce it's seeming imminent.
Wow.
I know it's big news, and I found out why they're getting divorced using my own
Okay.
my own investigation.
Sure.
It is because Barack Obama's half brother lost all the Obama's money. Okay, Barack Obama's half brother, Malik Obama, recently launched meme coin $Obama.
Oh my God.
Seemingly the latest of the pump and dumps. You know, Hawk Tua did pump and dump.
Yep, and she hasn't been seen in months.
Yep, because she just got her millions of dollars and left. Yeah, Malik Obama did a $Obama coin pump and dump.
Oh my God.
A lot of people lost a lot of money on Obama.
So then that's caused a ripple in their marriage that they're gonna get divorced.
Well, I'm guessing that Obama, you know, Barack would have seen that and he would have said, "Oh my God, a coin named after me? I gotta have the most of this." So he would have bought a bunch, and then it dropped down from like 0.00009 to 0.00006 or 5 or something.
Do you have a good voice do you have a Obama voice you can do?
Yeah, I could do Obama. Okay. What would Obama say? All right, this is my best Obama. This isn't a joke. Okay. All right, Obama. I'm getting into his clothes. I'm going into his car. I'm driving to work. I work at the White House. Okay.
You used to work at the White House. Formerly worked at the White House.
Sometimes I have to work there still for old presidential duties. Okay. I'm gonna just jump in. Michelle. I know I put all the money into Obama coin, but honey, I'm Obama still. I want a divorce. And scene.
And scene. Perfect.
That's what I assume. That's how I assume their divorce thing went.
Yeah. So I have seen. I've looked at a couple of these articles.
Was
Seems
that
like
good?
pretty mixed reviews. I mean, nobody's tying this Obama coin to it, but I think you could be the Chubsteps releasing that first. Also, most of these are saying they're not getting divorced, but
nobody's. Meghan McCain. She was on The View.
You're right. The View. I mean, it's usually where I go for news, so it could be accurate.
Yeah, there's a chance. There's a chance.
Here's the deal.
News.
Chubstep, if they get divorced, Chubstep here said it first. It is because
Meghan McCain said it first.
Well, but you tied it to the coin.
I did tie it to the coin.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Chubstep said it first that it was because of the coin.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
it's true. Half brothers are tight.
We wouldn't mind getting. Obviously, we've had VDog on here a bunch of times talking about Bitcoin, which I've heard from him. It is on the up and up. I asked him about what is Bitcoin's recent value with all the coins, you know, the Bitcoin increase and all that good stuff. Whatever you thought the value of Bitcoin was before, double it.
Whoa, holy shit.
So things are looking good. But Britton Flakes, who's been on the show a bunch of time, he knows like every single one of these meme coins. He puts some money. He's like one of those guys that they talk about puts in the money and loses it all, or puts in the money and makes it all. That's Britton Flakes. So maybe we need to have him in here talk about what are the most. He'll tell you like the market cap and all these things he's talking about with these crazy coins. So I'm curious to hear his thoughts on how that affects their marriage.
I own 379,000 Shiba Inu coins.
I remember you talking about this. when we talked
Yeah.
about this on the show before, and you had already lost money by the time you had bought them, and it was like a couple
Yeah,
hours earlier.
I'm logging in right now. And I got a new phone, so I think I just sent my old phone to log in. But let's okay, come on, log me in. I
Oh.
wanted to check my Shiba Inu holdings. Gosh, Portland internet is horrible. Okay. Maybe later. Oh God, Shiba has tanked. I have lost 40% of my Shiba Inu coin value since
Yeah.
I bought it.
Yeah. So
I'm not going to tell you how much money that is, but 40% is gone. Where did it go? I don't know. Who took it? I don't know. Like literally, where'd it go? It's this stupid Obama coin. He screwed me.
I didn't ask for this.
He screwed me.
Well, he's going through a tough time right now, Steve, with his marriage. So give him a break.
I'm over Obama. I knew I
Okay.
should have voted for Clinton
I don't
at the
think
primary.
they were going against each. Oh yeah, or I guess they did go against each other at one point, right?
Yeah, the primary.
The primary. That's right. I forgot. Yeah, big primary guy.
Shit.
I am gonna do Steed so people, I've done the segment a few times. This is called My Sob Story for Reality TV.
Mhm.
This is if I were to be on The Bachelorette, or actually The Bachelor's a better one to be on because you have the choice of other girls, not the other way around.
Yeah,
if I were to
but
be the Bachelor,
it'd be more
and
fun because you get more bro time.
Bachelor would be more fun for bro time. Bachelor would be more advantageous for dating.
Like, would you rather hang out with like 100 dudes for 3 months or 100 chicks?
Depends on what my goal is.
I guess
Now, I guess in my
Yeah.
current situation, I'd rather be on The Bachelorette because I am married with a kid. So, I feel like my wife would be pretty upset either way. But
yeah.
less upset if I was on The Bachelorette versus The Bachelor.
Okay.
I feel like
You can ask her. Ask her after the
I'll
show.
ask. I'll ask. But let's just say I was on the show, or maybe somebody else going on the show wants some sort of sob story that goes around. So I try to create a story that sounds like it could be part of my life story, but in reality, it's just the plot of a movie. So I'm gonna read through this, and it actually this one kind of works because modeling is a part of. I feel like everybody on reality shows basically just wants to be a
Yeah,
model
they're
or
mostly
an
models.
influencer. Yeah. So here we go. This is me. You can be in this case I'm on the Bachelorette, so you're the Bachelorette that I'm talking to, Steve.
I'm the girl.
You're the girl.
Okay, my name is Jess
Okay.
with an I.
Jess. Jiss.
No, it's Jess.
But it's pronounced Jess.
Pronounced Jess.
It's an I with a
Don't make fun of me. I'm the Bachelorette.
it's an I with a little accent over the top of the I.
No.
It's just Jess. Okay, but it's pronounced Jess. Okay. Hey Jess. So a few years ago, I got involved in this kind of wild, high-profile modeling career. I mean, you know what that's like. It all started when I was scouted by one of the biggest agencies in the game, and suddenly I was thrust in this world of runway shows, fashion shoots, and extravagant parties. Everyone was obsessed with image, and I had to learn how to navigate this cutthroat industry fast. But here's the thing. There's always this intense pressure on me to be the perfect model and figure out this pose I've been working on for the past few years. Things took a turn when I lost my roommates to a crazy accident. I was thrown into a strange situation involving some top designers who were involved in some really questionable things behind the scenes. It was all part of a larger conspiracy, and honestly, at first, I had no idea what I was going to do. There were secret meetings, shady figures, and even some weird assassination attempts on the Prime Minister of Malaysia. The craziness reached its peak when I was invited to a high-profile event where I had to make a choice that could really affect everything. Talking about potentially saving lives of some pretty important people, or just getting caught up in the chaos. Through it all, I had some ridiculous moments where I really didn't know what I was doing. At one point, I perfected my new look Magnum and basically saved the day. No big deal. But in the end, I realized that the industry wasn't about being perfect. It was about staying true to myself, not getting caught up in the nonsense, and not getting caught up in the nonsense and finding people who truly mattered.
I guess you can have this rose then.
Thank you. Thank you. That, of course, Steed, is Zoolander.
Of course.
A lot of Zoolander.
The second you said modeling, I knew it was Zoolander.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, what other movies are about modeling? It's a valid
Yeah,
point.
like a Tyra Banks one or something. I don't know.
Yeah, obviously, yeah, you already knew that one already. But, it's like, it's obscure enough that if she's not paying attention, or she hasn't seen the movie yet, the movie hasn't been out in 20 years, probably,
Yeah, I mean,
could
if
get
you
away with it.
left out a couple things about, Malaysian assassins, you might be able to get away with that.
Yeah, but it's gotta be the point where the people watching the TV are like, wait, this guy's just talking about.
I think they'd know. I think
You
they'd
think
know.
they know either way?
Yeah,
Well,
if
it's
you left
kind of
out the
like-
assassination detail, it's believable.
The
Some
reason-
shady producers.
part of what gave me this idea, and I might have talked about it, was that when I went on my bachelor party in Tampa, we rented this boat, and the guy that was renting the boat basically told a story. And then by the time we got about his life when he was in the army, and then when we got back to our Airbnb, we basically said, "Wait, I think that was the plot of like Black Hawk Down." So like that's the kind of thing you want to do it so it's like it sounds like, wow,
Oh,
that's
God.
interesting, that's a cool story, and then you're like, oh wait a second, that's just a movie plot. So
Yeah, you leave it vague.
yeah, leave it vague. You're right. Maybe I gotta take out the Magnum part or Malaysia. So
Yeah, the Magnum, I mean, too easy.
too easy. All right, that's fair. All right, so we'll wrap it up there. Again, people email show chubstep.podcast@gmail.com and go ahead and give us the stuff for Chub 500. We need it all. I actually have to technically apologize. The episode last week was released on the East Coast at after it was actually technically Friday. It was the first time ever releasing one not on Thursday. In Central Time, it was still on Thursday.
Okay.
But the editing software malfunctioned, and it took me like 2 days to reset it and all the stuff. So the editing took a while. But anyway, Chub 500, a couple weeks away. Send us the stuff. Chubstep.podcast@gmail.com.
Oh, yeah.
So
It's gonna be huge. We could do a Steed show.
for Chub
do a-
500,
You want to get wasted and just do Chub?
that's dangerous. It's maybe the start of season 2.
We could do season 2, episode 1.
Okay, yeah, we can do that. All right, sounds good. The show has ended. Be gone.
Now you know you got to go.
Peace. This is Yasin.